Yeah, first of all, thanks for joining us. Would you like to introduce yourself on your own a little bit?
Sure. My name is Chris Thomas, and I'm the publishing producer on Battleborn at 2K.
Okay. So first of all, easy question. What is Battleborn?
What is Battleborn? Battleborn is a big new IP from Gearbox Software. It's a first-person shooter. It has these 25 playable characters that are all unique and have their own personalities and their own play styles and their own abilities. And the whole premise of the game is that these 25 characters, these Battleborn, are trying to essentially save the last star in the entire universe from being destroyed. It's set where all the other stars have been destroyed somehow, and these 25 characters are having to band together and figure out what happened and how to actually defeat this sinister race that's actually trying to destroy that final star.
Okay. At first glance, it seems like there are a lot of parallel between Battleborn and your popular Borderlands franchise. So when your team got the idea on Battleborn?
Well, it was actually somewhere towards the end of Borderlands 2. One of the things that Gearbox really wanted to do is they wanted to continue to make those really cool characters, because in Borderlands there were 6, and they had all these really cool ideas. They had opened it up to the entire studio to just start throwing out pitches for cool new characters, and they've obviously got a ton. So once they figured out we want to make a character-based, character-driven game, they had all these cool ideas. They put them together, and the best ones floated to the top, and that's how we got the 25 playable characters. And then after that, they had to figure out how do we make them all coexist? How do they live in the same world? And that's where we got the story campaign and the last star and the end of the universe, and how did all these races and how these cultures actually come together and be there in that last star galaxy.
Okay, so will Battleborn be multiplayer only, or also some kind of coach co-op or single player mode?
So it's all of the above. It's single. You can play it single player. You can play it with up to 5 players in the story mode. You can play it 5v5, so with 10 players in the competitive multiplayer. And we also have couch split screen, so you can. And it's a 2-player split screen, so you can sit there with your buddies and play through the campaign or whatever. It's split screen.
Okay. What distinguishes the co-op campaign of Battleborn from the one in Borderlands 2?
I think it's probably the structure mainly, because in Borderlands 2 you have all these it almost felt like open world in a way, even though there was obviously breaks in it, and there was lots of spread out missions and stuff. So you had a lot of going back. You had story missions, you had side missions, and all that. The way it's structured in Battleborn is it's more set up like chapters. So it's almost like watching an episode of a TV series that you really like. You're going to get an entire complete story told to you within each chapter. But as you play through multiple chapters, you're going to get an overarching narrative told to you. So it's really the way that it's structured, and also the fact that you have more players with you. So you can have up to 5. So.
Okay, sounds good. The inclusion mode recalls with its symmetrical map the minion waves and the 10 heroes vary on titles such as Dota 2 or League of Legends. You see Battleborn as a MOBA?
It's definitely not a MOBA. It's more of a shooter than it is a MOBA, but Gearbox definitely took some inspiration from MOBAs. They've also taken inspirations from fighting games and RPGs. Lots of different stuff that's been smashed together, and it's just like Borderlands, where they took RPG and they took first-person shooter and kind of found that secret sauce. They've been really great at finding the best parts of these different genres and putting them together and really making it feel like it's something new and something fresh.
Okay. How did you guys land on 25 characters? Do you start with 5 and all you were saying was yeah, we don't know how to stop, we have so much ideas?
Honestly, it was just as many as we could possibly create in the time we had. I mean, like I said, we have so many pitches. I can't tell you how many pitches for cool characters that we have, but it was really just how much time do we have? How many of these characters can we put into a box? And that's really where we came up with the 25.
So for the future, there will be maybe more characters after launch?
Well, right now we're just focusing on getting it done, getting the 25 that we have finished, getting the story done, getting the campaign, or getting the competitive multiplayer done. But honestly, if the demand is there and people really love the game, we would love to continue to support it.
Okay. So how exactly does the meta game works, in which you can level up your player profile with PvE and PvE matches permanently?
Yep. So it's actually a multi-layered player progression system. So within a match, you'll level up from 1 to 10, and then that will reset after every match. So you can see each character's full progression. And the outside of that, so the next layer out, is a character rank. So the more you play a character, the higher that character's rank will be. And you're gonna unlock stuff like skins, and you're gonna unlock new abilities that you can slot into the in-game Helix system. And then on the outside of that's another layer of meta progression where it's more of like a profile or a player rank, and that's going to be that you'll gain experience for that regardless of whether you're in the campaign mode or whether you're in competitive. So you're going to be gaining all kinds of other stuff. You're unlocking lots of other stuff from that as well.
Okay. What about newcomers? Will they be in trouble keeping up with veterans? How the matchmaking will run?
Well, that's actually one of the really cool things about the game and how it works, where you're resetting the level every time you actually play a competitive match. You're never going to run into a situation where someone is like level 50 and they have like all these cool things that you don't have, and you're like starting out and you're totally outmatched. You're always going to get a sense of like a balanced playing field. Now there's going to be cool stuff that you'll unlock, you know, like you're going to be rewarded for playing a lot of time and playing each of the characters for a long time because of all the cool aesthetic unlocks that we have, and there's also loot in the game, so there will be tons of cool stuff that you'll get from the loot, that you'll be able to create these loadouts within the game, but it's never going to be balanced so that playing for an extended amount of time is going to make you way overpowered someone that's just coming in and playing. So it's actually really important for us to make sure that matchmaking and that sort of feel is like competitive and also balanced and fair.
Okay. What's your favorite character and why?
Oh God, there's a lot. My favorite character used to be Orendi, but recently, we've been playing a lot with the new characters that we just announced, and those characters are Umbra, Melka, Reyna, and Benedict. And Benedict is my new favorite character, and he is this like crazy like hawk guy. So with a massive rocket launcher. So his play style is very reminiscent of like old school like rocket launching, like rocket jumps and all kinds of cool stuff like that. He has like homing rockets, and his ultimate is like this huge like guided rocket. So you like see first person through the rocket and you can guide it around and like, you know, guide exactly where it's going to explode. And he also has wings, so the dude can fly, which is pretty amazing.
Sounds nice. Yeah, would you share with us a few fun facts from the development?
Few fun facts.
Everything serious.
No, yeah, it's very serious. I can think of. So one of the character pitches that I saw was actually pretty hilarious. It was like this living banana. So it was like a banana guy with like 2 pistols. It is actually like pretty amazing because they would list out all of their abilities, and he had like these crazy abilities like where he could like make people slide and like slip and fall and stuff, and it was just like, it's just ridiculous, like seeing some of those character pitches come out. I'm trying to think if there was any other like really funny ones that I liked. Can't really think of anything right now.
So anything is possible when it comes to characters.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, well, like I said, like the best ones did float to the top, but I mean, anything is definitely possible, you know, because of our setting and because where it is in the universe. I mean, you could really create anything and it would fit right in.
Okay, so when the game comes out and for what platforms?
It's February 9th, 2016 is the release date that we just announced today, and it'll be on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for the interview.
Appreciate it.
Have a nice time on Gamescom, and yeah, thanks.